We have 16 new house guests on Big Brother 27, and nobody wants to be perceived as a threat. Well, it's a good thing nobody knows you yet. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Movie Bae, and in this video, I'm going to be doing my review of a Big Brother Season 27, Episode 1, the premiere episode. I titled it, Go Hard or Go Home. And I'm so happy that Rachel came in at the end because floaters, grab a life vest. Too many of y'all playing it safe already, all right? But before I get too into my thoughts, I would like for you all to consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. Here on Movie Bae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that's the type of content you like, then you are in the right place. I do plan on being here all season for Big Brother, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notification bell so you can be alerted every time I upload. If you're interested in more than Big Brother content, I do other competition reality shows. I just got off of Love Island, and of course I'm Movie Bae, so check out the movie playlist as well. All right, now if you have never been here for a Big Brother review, what I do is I review the episodes. I talk about some highlights. Of course, I tell you what happened, and it's more so my commentary. All right, so if that's something that you're interested in, you are in the right place. All right, and I do have my recommendation for other channels in the description box. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with the theme. All right, so the theme of this particular season is Hotel Mistar, which is basically hotel mystery hotel. And I love the moment that they revealed what the theme was going to be for this season. I said, "Ooh, I want to play," because I love me an escape room. Clue is like my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I love solving mysteries. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay, like what are you talking about? Where are you? Okay, so I love the theme, and from the first couple of challenges, it seems like it's going to be a lot of riddles and solving mysteries, a lot of that going on. So I was super excited when it comes to this theme. Now let's talk about the house real quick. The house is so nice. I love the color scheme. The browns, the purples, the blues, the red. I love it. I love the color scheme. Really feeling the house. One of the house guests said this has to be the nicest house they've had all season. I mean, all during the whole franchise. And I was like, you know what? I feel like it's up there. I really do. But these beds under beds, nope, not staying in those. These beds, they had beds under beds. Nope, not staying in those. All right, so let's go ahead and get to my initial thoughts of the cast. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts of the cast, and then we're going to get into the comps for this particular episode. All right, so let's start. I guess I'm going to be reading off of Big Brother Network so I can get their name, age, and where they're from. And then, like I said, I'm going to give y'all my opinion. All right, so we have Adrian, who's 23 from San Antonio. He is a carpenter. He is the resident Big Brother stan. First opinion about Adrian, I don't really like Adrian. He's one of those super fans that I don't think that I'm gonna like. It's just too much. It's too much. I know you excited right now. It's a surreal experience, but you're getting on my nerves. All right, let's proceed to the next person. Amy Bingham, who is 43 from Stockton, California, insurance agent. First impression of Amy, I said she is loud. She's loud. She's a character. I want her in the house as of now because I think she's gonna make good TV. Next, we have Ashley Hollins, 25, from New York, or not from, Current City, New York. She's an attorney. I remember she coined herself the Black Elle Woods. I was like, we love a Legally Blonde reference. And she says that she might fall victim to the showmances. I think I could see her in a showmance with maybe Keanu, maybe Zach, right? Zach. But we'll see if she, finds love this particular season. All right, let's proceed to Ava. Ava Pearl, 24, New York, and she is an aura painter. At first, I really wasn't seeing it for Ava. I really wasn't until in her little intro video, she was like, "Am I athletic? No." And it just made me laugh. And I said, you know what? I think I like you, Ava. I think I might like you. All right, we have Isaiah Frederick, who's 23, Provo, Utah, salesperson. He's the guy who broke out of the Mormon community, and he says, now I'm drinking coffee, I'm drinking alcohol. I say, y'all can't drink coffee? Y'all can't do nothing. All right, so we have Jimmy, can't pronounce his last name, Jimmy H, 25. Ooh, he reads older than that. Washington, D.C., AI consultant. Oh, he's the strategist guy. He works, I think, at politics. I like Jimmy. I like him, and as of now, I want him on my show. I think he is not afraid to play the game. I feel like he's going to be a little messy, and I feel like Jimmy and Amy are either going to be best friends or they're going to be rivals. All right, so we have Catherine Woodman, 23, Columbia, South Carolina, fine dining server. This is the girl who stated that she's an ultra feminist. She ain't worried about no boys. Showmance, what is that? Not doing that. I feel like she's gonna be a cold player. If y'all know what I mean. Like, I feel like she's gonna be able to evict people and not have no feelings or remorse about it. So I'm interested in seeing how her background story of, you know, bouncing from house to house, raising herself, being about self. I wonder how that's going to come into the game. I'm interested in Miss Catherine. Keanu Soto. He is 33 from McKinney, Texas. He's like just like north of me. Nice area over there. Dungeon Master is what they have as his main occupation. From the cast release photos, I liked Keanu and I liked Mickey. Keanu, he seems to be kind of like falling in the background a little bit. I thought he would be more of a big personality, but this is just episode 1 and that's just my first opinion. All right, next we have Kelly Jorgensen, 29, Burbank, South Dakota, if I'm not mistaken, web designer. This is the girl who's from a small town, 50 people, but she has gotten her pilot license and she travels the world. So I love that for her, getting out of your small town and becoming very, you know, world diverse, world traveled. But Kelly, for some reason, I'm not really feeling Kelly. I don't know why, but I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be like a sneaky strategic person. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's not a bad thing. But it's just something right now that's not clicking. Right? That's not clicking with me right now. So we gonna keep our eye on Miss Kelly. We have Lauren. She's 22, Lafayette, Louisiana, bridal consultant. She wants to win the money and start her own design line. I think she's beautiful, and she has already caught the eye of Zach, who is also a sucker for a showmance. So we'll see if she plays into that. Mickey Lee, 35, Atlanta, Georgia, event coordinator. So if you're an event coordinator, you paying attention to details, you like to be in control, and of course you got to have people skills. She highlights that her social game will be her advantage in Big Brother. So we're gonna see about that. I feel like she is doing a good job of mingling with different types of people. I can say people who, you know, I mean, I'm gonna call it how it is. You probably wouldn't think that Mickey would be talking to Riley just like off the bat, like being good friends, like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that she's already doing well when it comes to the social. Mickey, give that man his hat back. Mickey, get that man his hat back because he needs it, okay? Next we have is Morgan Pope, 33, Los Angeles, and she's a gamer and she will not let you forget it. She's a gamer and she will not let you forget it. When it comes to Morgan, in her intro video, I was feeling her because she gave us more than just that little gamer streamer side. She's a model, she's an athlete. I was feeling Morgan in her, and I love the name Morgan. Like, if y'all know me, y'all know that if I ever have a daughter, her name's gonna be Morgan. But in her intro video, I was feeling her. But when she got to the house, she gave me Adrian vibes. Like, I'm so sick of this. I'm a gamer. I need to hide my arms so people don't think I'm a threat. And I don't want people to know my occupation because they don't think I'm a threat. And then nobody knows you. It's the people who hyper perceive themselves as threats that get on my nerves. Like, nobody know you, bro. Like, you're doing too much too soon to try to conceal who you are. I don't know. Some people may call it strategic. I call it weird. Because nobody know you, bruh. Nobody knows you. Okay, she got toned arms. Ooh, a lot of these competitions are equitable. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. Morgan, we'll see. We'll see about Morgan. Maybe she'll grow on me. Riley Jeffries, 27, reads older. Oklahoma, professional bull rider. Okay, so I feel like he's going to do well in comps just because of his profession. I don't know. I can't get a read on Riley. We didn't get much of him unless it was from Mickey taking his hat. So we got to see about Riley. Then we have right now, thus far, my favorite player, Vince, 34 from California. He's quote unquote unemployed, but in his little package or whatever, we found out that he has graduated from college. He played collegiate baseball. And he's had, just odd jobs here, there, and everywhere. And one of them was delivering to the Big Brother house. So with the Big Brother lot. And I don't know, just something about peeling back those layers of Vince made me rock with him. Also him actually wanting to go for that first HOH while everybody else is playing scared. Right now, I like Vince, you guys. Right now, I like him. All right, we're almost done here. Let's talk about Will Williams. 50-year-old Charlotte, North Carolina, collegiate sports podcaster. Will gives me, you know, the typical dad on the season. I'm probably going to get eliminated early on or in the middle, but I do want more for Will. Stand out, Will, because when he talked about being in the military, I was like, and you know, he talked a big game. Like, a lot of these people have never been away from home. They've never been in dire situations. I've already been hip to this, and I want you to prove that. Put your money where your mouth is, sir. And then we have Zach. All right, last of our 16, we have Zach. He's from Georgia, marketing manager. Couldn't put my finger on Zach, but he seemed cool. He seemed like an early out. Poor Zach. Poor Zachy Poo. Poor Zachy Poo. All right, so we have just gone through the cast, gave my first initial thoughts. Let's go ahead and get into these comps. All right, so of course the theme for this season is the murder mystery, and we get this mastermind who I did not include his picture because it was really creeping me out. He comes on the screen and lets the house guests know that the HOH relic is gone and also Julie is gone. So this separates the group into two different, well, you know, the house gets into two different groups so they can compete in their first comps. All right, so the first comp we have is kind of like this bridge puzzle, and they have to listen to clues about what Julie was wearing. I said, oh hell. She was wearing. The only thing I remember is she had a white peep toe stiletto, because when she went quote unquote missing, that was the thing that was left at the scene of the crime. Aside from that, I had no idea. I was not paying attention because it just wasn't like one of those outfits that just was like, bam, you did that, Julie. It wasn't one of those. It wasn't one of those. So I said, I probably would not have done well at this. But they had to build a puzzle to get across the bridge so they could listen to those clues. Now, when it comes to the building the bridge, the puzzle, first off, a lot of people are trying to quote unquote throw the competition because they don't want any advantages so early in the game. What? They don't want to seem like a threat. What? Oh, she's good at puzzles because she's finished her puzzle. So everybody's throwing everything. So shout out to Adrian and Zach, who put full force effort behind their competitions. If I go on a competition show, I'm going to give 100% because I need to prove to myself that I'm that girl. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go full out on these competitions. Win more comps, get more power. Now, I'm just saying. All right. So anyways, on this bridge, build a bridge competition, we had Adrian copying off of Zach, which was smart because I would have been definitely side-eyeing looking at people, you know what I'm saying, what piece go over here. And I think Zach was the first person to actually bring all the puzzle pieces over to his bridge while everybody else running back and forth like they're doing, do they still call them suicides? Like they're still doing line drills and basketball practice. I was like, bruh, bring the puzzle pieces to the bridge so you can build the bridge. Anyways, so even though Adrian gets like a little head start off of Zach, he is going through all of the doors at the bottom. Meanwhile, when Zach gets finished, he realizes that Adrian went through all the ones at the bottom and they weren't it. So let me start at the top. And this leads Zach to being the first person to win a competition this particular season, winning him $10,000. Now, this could be looked at as a plus, and some people could look at it as a minus and be like, well, you already won some money, so let's get him up out of here type thing. But I was envious. I was like, ooh, $10,000. That's a very nice start. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the second group. The second group had to find an HOH relic. And when I tell y'all this was hard because they had clues around which HOH relic was the correct one. But I felt like I couldn't even see a differentiation in them until literally right before they drew a circle around the difference of the keys. Literally right before then, I said, oh, it's the handle of the key. Baby, I would have been stuck just like them. But this leads, who won this one? Oh, Jimmy is the winner of this particular one. Jimmy's power is that he gets to decide who will compete in the HOH challenge. So when it comes to Jimmy, he decided to basically ask everybody who's interested, you know, instead of just picking people, which could definitely put, you know, make him not a threat, but definitely put a target on his back by putting somebody in who doesn't want to be in there. He decided to take a poll of who wanted to do HOH, and a lot of people didn't want to do it. Now, I know about the HOH curse, you know, nobody wants to be the first head of household. You don't want blood on your hands and things like that. But I'm like, bro, somebody got to do it. And like Ben said, I can be in control of my own destiny. No, I don't want to be the first HOH, but I definitely don't want to be the first one out. You know what I'm saying? So out of everybody that Jimmy polled, he decided to choose Adrian, super fan, Ashley, somebody he feels like is trustworthy, and Vince. All right. And all of these people stated that if I was to win HOH, I'm not going to put you up for a nomination, you know, because you're doing me a solid by giving me this opportunity. Vince, however, was considering on reneging on his agreement. All right. So when it comes down to the HOH challenge, it was one of those like balancing challenges, which I was like, okay, easy part is math. All right. If I got a 3-pound weight, let me get 3 1-pound weights to make it match. And then everybody was pushing it down to the red middle part. And I'm like, why are y'all doing that when it needs to balance? So Vince finally decided, okay, let me start inching these out a little bit so they can balance. And this leads Vince to winning and being the first HOH of the season. All right. Now, of course, this is when Julie lets them know that the BB Blockbuster is back. So Vince is kind of like thinking, dang, not only am I first HOH, but I get to nominate 3 people. One of those people is going to be saved by the BB Blockbuster, and the other person is going to be saved by the votes. So that means 2 people are going to be coming for me instead of 1. So what I do like about the BB Blockbuster AI Arena is the fact that it kept everybody on their toes. Like, you can't like campaign votes for real, because you never know who's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? It just keeps everybody on their toes. It keeps the gameplay interesting up until the last moment. So I do like this, and I'm happy that it is back. But Vince, you got this. They also stated that there is going to be a 17th house guest, and this is when Rachel Riley walks into the building, and I have mixed emotions about it, because one, great TV. She's great TV. She is great TV. I enjoyed her on Big Brother. I enjoyed her on The Traitors. Great TV, competition show royalty at this point, because she's been on a lot of shows. That's the good part about it. The bad part about it is she's a competition. Like, she's been on a lot of what? If anybody's a threat in the house, it's Rachel. You know what I'm saying? And she's a permanent house guest. Because I kept looking around online. I said, did I hear that right? Is she really going to be on the show? I don't like that. Because 1, let these new people get a chance to shine. That's number 1. 2, I feel like she's going to rule the first half of the game. Because so many people are going to be on her DICK about it. They're going to suck up to her, kiss up to her. And it's not going to be a lot of people who want to get her out the house. So as of now, I'm kind of on the side with the people who want to get her out the house. I'm not going to hold you, because you had your chance, baby. You had your chance. What do y'all think about Rachel being back on Big Brother? I just feel like it's an unfair advantage. I feel like if they was going to bring anybody else back, it could be somebody who played Big Brother, but maybe they got out early, but they were still a polarizing character. You know what I'm saying? Bring one of those people back. Don't bring a person who's been on like 5 different competition reality shows, and I think she even has a production hand in The Traitors. Like, don't bring somebody like that back. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, what are y'all thoughts about it? All right. So they also find out that Rachel is not only going to be a house guest, but there is also a 17th house guest that has been basically like working, what's they call it? Being the accomplice for helping the mastermind initiate these challenges or what have you. And that is how the episode goes off, with everybody trying to figure out who was where, doing what, X, Y, and Z. My personal opinion, who I think is the accomplice, I think it's Vince, you guys. Now, a lot of people were like, well, he won HOH, and if the person gets called out, they get to go home. You know what I'm saying? But if they don't get figured out, they get to stay. He won HOH, so that would mean they would have to do another HOH competition. So they do another HOH competition, like what? I think it's Vince. I really do, because a lot of people were like, they were worried when he won HOH, because a lot of people haven't really talked to him. I guess he's giving off a little mysterious vibe, and it could be because he's the accomplice. I feel like Rachel being the accomplice would be too obvious, but it might be so obvious that it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's fair for her to be on this game. But aside from that, I really don't know who else could be the accomplice. Maybe somebody who's a little more quiet, a little more calculated, a little sneaky. I don't know, you guys. But that's how the episode goes off. I will see y'all back here on Sunday. this schedule is Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So I believe I'm gonna be back on Sunday, if not early Monday morning, to drop the episode 2 review. All right, what do you guys think of the season so far? Who do y'all think, who is your first pick to win? Who is your first pick to win the entire season as of now? Right now, my pick, I'm probably going to say, to win it all, I think it might be my guy, Jimmy. For some reason, I'm thinking Jimmy or Catherine. Something about that devious smile. You know what I'm saying? That's not who I want to win. That's just who I think is going to win. All right. So what are y'all thoughts? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.